Yep, it's 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. Welcome to the Silverhairstacker Show and the Bumcrack Picker Watcher Show. That's all we got going on so far. Although it says we got 2 watchers, or 2 waiting. Oh, just 1 watcher. Wow. Well, me and Bumcrack. How you doing, Bumcrack? Sadie. Yep, we got 2 now. God dang, Sadie just slaying the poker this weekend. I'm telling you, man. You cashed everything you did. And I didn't. I cashed on Friday. I had a good cash for me on Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday I stunk it up. Poker. Stunk it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, pretty good. Uh, except it's hard to sleep lately. We got frog problems. Yes, I said it. Frog problems. They're I guess it's mating season in the frog world, and we've had a lot of rain lately, so I still haven't taken the pool cover off of my pool. So if there's water on top of the pool cover from the rain, then all the neighborhood frogs think, hey, here's our pond. And so Gwen and I have been trying to go to, they started in right at dark, just croaking away, just croak, 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 croak. And then they don't just hang around the pool, they get up on the back porch too. It's a frog attack. Hey, Carol. How are you? I mean, those frogs can croak loud, and they're not the bullfrog type croak. They're a little annoying. Uh, Gwen can't stand them. She was asking yesterday about maybe getting out my shotgun and shooting them. I said, honey, you can't shoot a shotgun in town. The police will be here. Yes, sir, officer. Yes, we were shooting at frogs. Uh, I don't mind frog sounds if they're way over there, but they're like right up against our back door. Ugh. So I got to take the pool cover, drain that water off the top of the pool cover, and take the pool cover off finally. Don't hurt the frogs. What do frogs eat? Do they eat insects? They can stay if they'll eat the insects. Hey, summer. Summer. Summertime, summertime, summertime.
Good
Summertime.
morning.
Hey, Tom.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. They eat bugs. Do frogs eat bugs? I guess so. I don't
Some
know.
do.
Some do. What do
Yeah.
the others? What do the others eat?
Leaves.
Leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, tree frogs. I don't know. I do have squirrels. What are you talking about, Summer?
Good morning, everybody.
Used to get squirrels in our attic till I finally got our house fixed. That was bad. Those little parts chewed through my internet cable like 3 different times. Reach people with pool problems. Yep, that's the way it goes when you reach. Sadie showed a picture of his boss's pool. They're just starting it up. And when you first put a whole bunch of chemicals in, you get that foam on the top. It looked like he poured soap in that pool. Could have a skunk. Oh wait, yeah. We have skunks too. Where's that picture?
Hey, Mr. Bumcrack.
There he is, eating out of the cat food bowl. So I haven't seen the raccoons in probably a year, but we steadily get possum and a skunk come around, and then there's now it's a frog infestation. It's kind of like, did you ever see the movie 10 Commandments, where one of the plagues is frogs coming out of the Nile River and just getting in everything?
Yeah, I've seen that.
It feels a little bit like, not that bad. They're not so thick you're stepping on them, but they sure are loud. Right when the sun goes down, man. From then until bedtime, then you're trying to sleep, and all you hear is roar, 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 roar. They don't even stop to take a breath.
Fried frog legs are good.
These aren't bullfrogs. Little legs on these are smaller than bullfrogs, so their
Okay.
legs. You would have to have 100 frogs to get an ounce of meat, I think. Put a 1 in the chat if you've had frog legs before. Eaten frog legs before. I have. I thought it was okay. Sadie's had them. Lags never had frog legs. I just soon have chicken wings as frog legs, I think. Of course, you can pick the sauce.
Lay down.
I suppose it depends on how you prepare them.
Like, quit being such a big girl. Frog legs taste like chicken.
It tastes like dark meat chicken. Pretty much, yeah. They're not reptiles, they're amphibians. But that's close enough related, I guess. Amphibian. So, what you got going on?
Let me tell you about this thing I went to on Saturday. We went up to my in-laws' house up in Marion, North Carolina. And they were having, they call it a Main Street yard sale. And what they do is they close just about which it started at 7 o'clock in the morning. So it was way before all the businesses had opened up. But they basically, they just closed off Main Street. I mean, you could still drive down it, but everybody was there for the yard sale. So, you could just set up on the sidewalk and
sure
sell your wares. I swear, that's one of the most expensive yard sales I've ever been to in my life. I mean, everything was priced high for used stuff, but most of it was clothes and children's stuff. But it was expensive. There was a lot of. Would you two stop it? Sit down. She's gonna fight with her brother this morning.
Once.
Roberta had to go to the office today.
So they got to hang around Dad, huh?
So they got to all pile up on my desk. But anyway, it was just really expensive. Now they had there was a lot of, like handmade artsy stuff there.
Well, that's why it was expensive. It's not really a yard sale.
Yeah. Well, it was a yard. There was a lot of people there that was clearing out the house type stuff, but there was a lot of artsy handmade stuff there too. This one guy took, like saucers, teacups and saucers. Excuse me. And he epoxied them together, and then he drilled little tiny holes in the. Excuse me, I don't know why I've got the. Well, I know why, it's because of meds. Anyway, he fixed the little chains on it, and he made hummingbird feeders out of them. And they were real cool looking and whatnot, but they were $30. I mean, all kinds of stuff like that. And there was a lot of people there. Because Marion is right at the foot of the Smoky Mountains. Or right on the edge of it.
Well, I remember the arts and crafts shows before I even got into eBay much, and they were fun to go to, but yeah, all the stuff was expensive at them.
So I did buy some Lego figurines, and I bought a TI 83 Plus calculator, and that's about it. Like I said, most of it was clothes or stuff that I knew was, was very overpriced. So, good morning, Harbors.
Yeah, Saturday we went out to Axtell, Texas. It's a little bitty town. It's got one convenience store, and that's it. That's the store.
Right.
And it's got the public schools there. So, but it's basically a town of 10 to 20 acre homes. Everybody there owns 20 acres, and they got one house on it. So the garage sales there, you have to walk up this like quarter-mile long driveway just to get to the house. And it had been raining. It's been raining here, and they got a lot more rain over there, I guess, than we got here. Because it was just a muddy mess. No, this is... Axtell is like... We drove a long way to get there. It's like 50, 60 miles from the house. But they had like 50, 60 garage sales at Axtell, so yeah, we're going. So anyway, we got over there and we bought a bunch of stuff. I bought some Wedgwood china and Wedgwood crystal wine glasses. I bought about 50 duck decoys for $20. And I'll lot those up and sell them for
plastic ones.
Yeah, they had the plastic ones, and then the rubber kind that just sit flat on the water.
Right.
And there was some teal and some mallard. I think that was it. I don't know if they had any like canvas back one. Hey James. So also at the same sale, I bought some camouflage. I looked up. There was a pair of brand new, never used wool camo pants from Browning. I was trying to look them up. There weren't any really sold prices on them. But one other guy had his listed for $100. Mine was brand new with tags, so I listed mine for $100. We'll see if it sells. What else did we get? Real ducks work better as decoys? Well, sure they do. Duh. Oh, I bought a flatware set. Here, I'll just share the screen of the ones I've got listed so far.
Today's Tar Carrie's birthday. Happy birthday, Tara. She's half 100 now.
Happy birthday, Tara. Is she even here?
Now, I don't know whether she is or not, but when she goes back and listens to it, she'll hear us say, "Happy birthday, Tara."
Yeah. So I bought this silver plate set for paid $20 for it. So I listed it for $250. It's a full set.
Wow.
In a nice wood case. What else did I buy? I bought Wedgwood, Vera Wang. Look, they're brand new. They've never been used. Still got the tag on the bottom.
Nice.
Listed the pair for $65. They were in with the Wedgwood, so I gave $20 for Wedgwood plates and these two wine glasses. So altogether, that's what, $315 worth of listings. Of course, I'll take a good offer for sure. But here's that brand new Waterford china. It looked like somebody got these as like a wedding gift, and then probably the marriage went bad after 6 months. So let's just sell our Wedgwood at a garage sale. Or some people like make up a wedding registry,
Mm-hmm.
and people buy things to give as gifts out of the registry, and they may not have gotten a full set, so they just said, well, if we're not going to get a full set in our wedding, we'll just sell it. So I thought those were cheap. Got 2 sets of those plates and cup. There's a platter with the same pattern. And
My first wife and I, we had.
Here's those camo pants.
Nice.
Those look warm, buddy. Warm. They look like it's a real heavy wool, woven wool, and then There's a scent lock liner. Odor Smart. Yeah, that's it. Odor Smart. So deer can smell people pretty easy. They got good noses.
Right. Good morning, Craig.
Let's see. Oops. So I've got a few of the things listed that we got Saturday. Do, 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 do. Got a hat. Bought a hat.
That looks like, is that leather or is it just?
Yeah, it's leather and kind of a canvas.
Okay.
Henschel hat. I'll be right back. I gotta kiss and hug my wife. Good morning.
Okay, well give her some kisses from me too.
Oh, sure.
Good morning, Craig. Congrats to the daughter and wife on their graduations. Sorry, I'm looking back up through the chat, see what I missed. Well, Carol, I mean, kids deal more. I've got some neighbors that's got kids that's going to start school this year, so I picked it up pretty much for them. They can give me a $5 for it, and we'll call it good. Anyway, that was, what was really funny about this thing? They didn't even have any like food vendors at this yard sale. I ended up buying me a cane though, because by the time I walked to the bottom of the hill and had to walk back up to the top of it, I needed something to lean on.
Okay, I'm back. We can start the show over.
Okay. We're just talking about nothing.
My brother in Abilene had a big hailstorm last night. Bashed his car to bits.
Oh man.
Knocked out the back windshield. And there's not 3 square inches that isn't dented.
Are these hailstorms normal for y'all?
Yeah, I mean, you just you might go 30 years without having a storm with hail big enough to dent your car. And usually hail is concentrated in a small area.
Right.
Like it'll hail really bad in like a 5 square mile area, and everywhere around, it just rains or whatever. So you just got to be the unlucky one to get bashed up like his car
Well, the
was.
roof beat people will be busy now.
Yeah. Then he said he's got to get carotid artery clean out surgery, whatever that means. They're going to rotor his carotid arteries. Ugh.
That made me lightheaded.
Your truck has hail damage. Yeah. We had a, gosh, it's been like 35 years ago. We had a hail damage on our car. We got a check from the insurance company. I just kept it. It wasn't that fancy of a car, so I just kept the money.
Well, my neighbor had some hail damage on his car, and he got a price to have it fixed, and they sent it to the insurance company. They sent the bill to the insurance company, and which insurance company paid it off, paid to have it fixed. But then he had to send a letter to the mortgage company saying that, not mortgage company, the loan company saying that, that he actually had the car repaired. And I said, I've never heard of that before. He said, there's probably a lot of people that just, because there was a lot of hail damage. And he said they probably get, a lot of people probably just stick that check in the mail, and check it in their pocket and not worry about getting it fixed. But since it devalues the car, they want to make sure the value stays up about where it's supposed to be at. Craig, was that 1888 or 1988? I'm going to beat lag to it. So what do you got on your agenda today?
Just pack some orders and get it shipped and do a bunch of listings. I got a ton of new stuff to list. Jeez, tons and tons.
So you bought a bunch of stuff?
Let's see if I got anything notable I can share. Notable to share. I don't know.
You speaking Spanish to me this morning?
Notable. I bought a bunch of CPAP stuff for my machine. I'll never have to get new masks or tubes for the rest of my life, I don't think. Oh, that same sale I got the duck decoys. I got snake boots. You know what snake boots are?
Yep.
I got 2 pair of snake boots for $5 each. They should clean up really good. Snake boots are expensive.
Yep, especially if they're good.
So, yeah, they got the Cordura.
Right.
Snake can't bite through Cordura. Redhead, that's a good brand of boot, isn't it? Redhead.
I don't know.
Not much wear on the soles. Let's see how much Redhead snake boots are on eBay.
At the yard sale, they had there was a lot of Crocs. And I like Crocs. So I was looking at them for myself. But they had a bunch of, I'm going to say ladies Crocs, because they looked like they were pretty big for a little girl. And they were wanting like $30 and $35 for them. The men's were wanting the same amount for them. And I'm thinking to myself, I can go to Crocs.com and order a brand new pair for that much.
Yep. That's crazy. If I buy Crocs, I get them for like $2.
Yeah. Well, Roberta bought me a pair. She bought me a pair before we went on the cruise. She ordered me a pair because I needed a new pair. And I said, well, I'll see if I can find a pair. So she just got online and ordered me a pair. And they showed up.
And these are Rocky boots. You ever heard of Rocky boots?
Are they made by the boxer? Is the toe tore up on it? Or is that the design
It's
on
got
it?
mud on it.
How much you have to pay for the extra for the mud?
The mud was free. So 2 pairs of snake boots are $5. And they sell like Yeah, the new redhead snake boots are like $100, 200. These aren't new by any stretch, but I mean they're really in really good shape. Should get $50 a pair out of those. So yeah, just
You just made all kinds of money.
lots of good stuff. For of course there were a few sales that were not good. Not good, not good.
Oh,
And
I did buy something else. I forgot about
okay,
it.
thanks.
I bought a serving like a cafeteria style tray that was 12 by 18 because I'm gonna throw it in the dadgum cruise suitcase and use it on cruises.
Yeah.
We had been talking about getting one because sometimes I go to the buffet and I'll get coffee and some croissants and stuff like that. They don't have trays. If you've not been on a cruise, they don't have trays, which is stupid. I guess it's something that's for them to have to wash. But so it'll just make it easier to go up there and grab a coffee and a plate of croissants or some jam and that type of stuff.
So I bought a Ryobi saw,
Uh huh.
and it came with a battery charger, brand new in pack,
Right.
and the battery and charger already sold for $50, free shipping. So yeah, this is my circumcision tool there, 24B.
Damn, I hope you got a steady hand.
It's a little overkill. I'm not that big.
What is it, baby?
So now I got to sell the saw. I bought the saw and the battery pack stuff for 20 and already sold the battery pack stuff for 50. So
Darn.
whatever I get for the saw is just pure profit.
Yeah, one of the resellers, he talks about he'll buy these battery powered tools if they've got the batteries in the battery pack, the charger with them. And he says he usually makes all his money off of the charger and the batteries, and not
Good
so
old,
much off of the actual tool. That's a nice pocket knife.
good old Schrade. Let's see, what's the model number? Got a Schrade 1250T
Where are you
with
going?
a pouch. Let's see. SCHRADE 1250. What does it say? T? Yeah. With the scabbard, $70. Woo! Oh, that's their asking price. Let's see, sold 47.54, 47.39. It's in pretty good shape after I clean it up, except it's missing the name badge
Right.
thing there. So I got that for like no, what did I get for that? I think $2. Is that right? I think that's right. I love Schrade. Although we've learned that Sadie is a case knife boy. Case. Gotta have a case.
Is Milwaukee a brand of pocket knife or knife? Okay, lay down.
Well, this is a Milwaukee box cutter.
Uh,
I don't know. Does Milwaukee make knives?
oh, what's he talking? Like like his ADHD kicks in. Were you talking about beer?
Oh,
Like, because down at the bottom he's
Lag
Felix
probably doesn't know the
says
difference in a knife and a beer.
she says she loves the beast.
The beast.
Milwaukee tools. Okay.
Sadie's favorite knives are case. Good knives. A lot of people like case. So yeah.
Well, it's 9:36. What's the silver, gold, and stock market looking like this morning?
I bet it hadn't moved much. I haven't heard any big earth-shattering economic news lately. Let's see. Um, I think, of course, gold went down a bunch toward the end of last week, so it may have rebounded up some. We'll see. Let's see. Gold is 2020. Look at Friday morning. But
What
it's
do you think?
steadily 2020, and silver is 25.57. And silver did the same thing Friday morning. And then it's came back. Now it's flatline. And the stock market report is nothing. It's not going up, not going down.
It's flat.
Flatter than a flitter. I mean, it's up like microscopically.
One of the people that I follow, he has on YouTube, he has 3 laundromats, and his children's job is after he empties the coins machines, which I didn't know the laundromats still use coins. I thought everybody used those little card readers. His children go through all the quarters looking for the silver ones, and then he rolls them or he bags them up to take to the bank. But he said that's their job. They sit and listen to the TV while they're looking through the pile of quarters to get to see if there's any silver in there.
Yeah.
He tells them they're not doing it for him; they're doing it for themselves because that hopefully will help pay for their college.
So there's my brother's car. God. Nissan Sentra, is that what that is? Yeah, he's got a Sentra. Totally bashed up. That was yesterday evening, I guess. Fun times in Abilene. I kind of live on the outskirts of Abilene, so maybe not all of Abilene was hit that hard. That's some hail damage right there, boy. Nissan Dentra. There you go. Case 9s have date codes. 24K, you selling all your gold and silver?
He's just being sarcastic because nobody watching this show can afford to buy all his gold and silver.
Well, that's probably true. Bitcoin down 3.6%. Nissan Dentra. Why did my brother's wife bash up his car?
Well, you know, there's that song. I don't even know who it's where she takes the Louisville Slugger to the headlights.
You want the new Toyota Sequoia? That's probably a $100,000 car. Sequoia TRD. What's a TRD stand for? Turd?
And that song would be by Carrie Underwood, and it's called "Before He Cheats." I knew it was country.
Before he cheats.
Yeah, before he cheats again, because he cheated on her and she just messed up his. She really freaked up his souped up four wheel drive truck.
Mm.
Anyway, it's a good song. It sounds like a Southern girl.
Yep, don't mess with those Southern girls.
They will mess you up.
They ain't gonna take you to court. They're gonna take your ass out.
That's right. And then, if you're a real man, you'll be too embarrassed to even say anything about it to anybody because you don't want them. You don't want it to make the newspaper.
No.
Billy Bob Smith got his ass whooped by Rosemary Hodges.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I don't get rid of a car till it doesn't run or it costs too much to fix it.
Yeah, pretty much same here.
That's the reason I buy Ford.
Or the kind of the way it works around here is we'll get a car, and then a few years later, one of the boys will say, "Can I buy your old car from you?" And sure.
The way it works now around here is Roberta gets the new car and I drive the other car, and then when that car quits working, then we buy another new car and Roberta gets it.
Yeah, well,
Because her car is now 2.5 years old and it's got 10,000 miles on it.
the way it works here is Gwen gets a new car, and then the boys want to buy it from her. And then when they're tired of it, I get it back, and that's the car that I drive.
What are they going to do when mom and daddy's not around anymore? Mom and daddy, daddy's not around again, and mama's on daddy number 2, and he don't go along with that.
And they're gonna have to start their own car lots by that time.
Cars are even used cars. I mean, cars with 150,000 miles on them are expensive.
Yep. How do you get that black off a knife blade? Would Brasso clean it up? Of course, it's made out of steel, not brass.
Right.
I don't guess it'd hurt it any. Where's some Brasso? Dang, where's my Brasso?
Well, this thing I'm looking at calls that patina, black.
Yeah. Got some naval jelly that'll take the rust off, but there's my Brasso.
Sodium bicarbonate, white vinegar, polishing it, using baking soda. Through a chemical process, the baking soda will react with the iron oxide layer that constitutes the patina to get rid of the discoloration. Start by making a paste consisting of mixture of baking soda and water.
That sounds pretty simple.
You can substitute water with lemon juice to make the paste more acidic and increase its potency, particularly if you have a heavy layer of patina. So there you go.
There you go.
Isn't Google great?
Da-da-da. Well, looks like the Brasso's working on the brass parts of the knife, but not the steel. But it's not hurting it any. BMW 750 convertible. But that was a cute car.
Kids steal more of this Sequoia. Is that the big SUV? I don't do Toyotas.
I'm pretty sure it's big.
If I was going to do a Toyota, it'd be a Land Cruiser. Because that is the best.
Yeah, they build those Land Cruisers like to go on safari and stuff,
Yeah.
don't they? I don't know. Everybody around here just drives big pickups.
Yeah.
If you're carrying more people, you just get a double cab instead of a single.
Or you make them sit in the back.
Yep. I
Adults
don't
can.
know. We got a lot of big SUVs here too, Suburbans and
Yeah.
Tahoes
Cowboy Cadillacs.
and Ford Explorers and no Explorer Expeditions. Then
What
the
was the
fancy people drive those Cadillac
Escalades?
Escalades. Yeah, the Brasso isn't doing diddly on the knife. It's making my hands smell like Brasso though, which isn't the worst thing I've ever smelt.
Yeah. They're talking about, like mentioned Teslas in the chat. I have a nephew that has a Tesla, and he really likes it. And the charging is not a big issue
Well, I'm
because
sure most of the time it wouldn't be.
they just bought a new house, so they're having a before they were charging it off a regular household current, which would take all night. If it was all the way dead and charge it to a full charge, it would take all night. But they're having one of the I'm gonna call it a charging station. I don't know what remember what it's called, but it's it bumps up the amps on it to charge faster. But if they'll even drive from they can drive from Marion to Charlotte and back off of a full charge, and that's 2 hours each way. So, but when they go to someplace like Myrtle Beach or someplace like that, which is a lot longer distance, then they drive my niece's car, which is gasoline. What was that? Ford made for a few years. They made a really big SUV. I think it was built on the 250 frame or maybe the 350 frame. That sucker was big. An acquaintance to my no, was it Expedition?
Expedition's been, I thought, their largest vehicle for a long time. I'm sure there's custom built, like.
The Expedition is what they're still making.
But you think there was one bigger than
Yeah, there
Expedition?
was. I'll find it. Give me a minute.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna wash the Brasso off my hands now.
Okay, go ahead. An Excursion. Think Excursion. Yeah, that's what it was. A Ford Excursion. That thing was a moose. Now they don't make the Excursion anymore. But that thing, I had an acquaintance. He had one, and his in-laws lived in Arizona. And he said that they would get out, headed across Texas in the middle of the night. And he said that big old diesel in that thing would just sit there and just purr right along. I don't want to do that. Let's see. What is it, a 2024 Sequoia you wanting, kids? Morning, Glenn. Dang, them things are pricey, them Sequoias. 2023 for 82,000, 78,000, 73,000. Holy cow.
It's amazing the cars can cost more now than I gave for my house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how much the damn things cost. And you can't live in it.
Yeah, Lag, I heard that Tesla is building a large battery factory in China now. So it's not going to be strictly USA anymore.
Well,
yeah, summer 100,000. Jeez. Lithium comes from Shanghai. I wonder if lithium would kill COVID.
is that for a 2024? Yeah.
What'd you get, Summer? What kind of car?
Somewhere out in California.
Yeah, it's there's Beth. Hi, Beth. Oh, you're waiting? You pretty much have to order cars now, don't you? You don't just go to the lot and buy one. Unless they happen to have a used one sitting there.
It's just ridiculous how much they cost. I just wish
Yeah.
they'd come up with transporter capabilities so we could just say bye to the. Because I don't like to drive in the first place.
I don't particularly like to drive, but if I'm going somewhere, I like to be the one driving.
You just don't want to think people think that you had a DUI and your old lady's got to drive.
Well, yeah, that too. No, never had a DUI.
It's I just don't like to drive. Oh, they're discontinuing the Land Cruiser.
Why? Not enough people around that can afford them.
I guess. Oh, the last one you can buy is a 2021. If you want to get something, if you want to get a Land Cruiser, you have to buy. You have to buy the Lexus. So whatever.
Lexus
I guess
makes them
Toyota
better.
doesn't have enough. It was talking. This little article I briefed through. It said it was getting too expensive. So I guess if the badge just the Toyota badge just was not hoity-toity enough to justify $100,000 price tag, so they just rebranded it with the Lexus brand.
Lexus Land Cruiser just doesn't sound right.
It's not. It's like the XL 9700 or some crap like that. It's not. Land Cruiser is a manly name. That's probably the reason they got rid of it. It offended too many soft-hearted people.
Bud Light drinkers couldn't use it.
Yeah. A 2.9, Mr. Sadie, is that a V8 or a V6? Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Welcome to the Monday morning happy hour.
I guess.
Happy hour and 10 minutes.
I got to think of something to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, all I had today was some yard sale stuff.
Scott must be still resting up from having to chase his dog to get a sandwich back.
Oh,
He made one of his little Stuffler sandwiches, and Phoebe grabbed and ran.
Choffle?
Yeah, it's chaffle, but it's made in a, he called it, well, Roberta's got it on Mother's Day present list. It's a Stuffler. It looks like they've taken two waffles and they put filling in between them. So when it bakes it all included. That's a 4-cylinder? Damn, you really, what's he going to do? Haul eggs in it, as Tara would say? That's a big ass truck for a 4-cylinder. I was talking to my brother about the 6-cylinder and an F-150. He says, nah. He says, just go ahead and get the V8. You can afford it.
Yeah.
He said, you might want to haul something. You know, one of my neighbors just bought a new Dodge Ram, and he's been real happy. Well, he's had it 6 months now. He's been real happy with it. Hadn't had any problems with it. He got a good deal on it, and the dealership, you know, they're like, if you have any problems with it, you call us, and we'll get it straightened out.
Oh, they all say that.
Well, you know, Dodge has had a bad rep for a while. Their Ram trucks have had a bad rep for a while now. I think they're really trying to get people to look at them, and you know, they have fixed problems with them because hell, all of them have problems these days. Ford and Chevrolet is. Even Toyota is like the Tundra is now like number 3 on the list. Glock, you got a Ram 1500. I honestly think the new ones are pretty. They're prettier. They're nicer looking than the Fords or Chevrolets. And if I was to buy a Dodge Ram, Tara would just have a stroke right there. Especially a 1500. Because I can mention a Ford F-150, and she's like, "What you gonna do? Haul eggs with it?"
Yeah, I really like my F-250. The only bad thing about it is the gas mileage.
Maseratis are real popular around here, Felix.
Why?
I don't know.
Is that people's midlife crisis car?
I
Is that the
I
deal?
guess. You know what my midlife crisis automobile would be? Anything that comes with a chauffeur. It could be a damn Ford Focus. But if I got something, where would you? Somebody sitting up in the front seat saying, "Where to, Mr. Hux?" That's what I want. That is what I want. I want to be Mr. Daisy. I want me a Hoke. That's Roberta's favorite movie. She watches that. It's usually playing off of her second computer.
What is?
Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh,
That's one of her favorite movies.
it's pretty cute.
Uh,
So we got paid TVs. I watched that Tom Hanks, A Man Called Otto. It's pretty good.
is that new?
Huh?
Is that new?
It's pretty new. It was out in movie theaters like a month ago,
Okay.
2 months ago. It's pretty sad, but I mean, it's a good kind of sad.
Right. You know, with TVs getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I don't think it'll be too long before, uh, like Charlotte, we've got about 10 movie theaters with, you know, anywhere from 8 to 14 screens in each one of them. I think that's gonna be dying out because
Well, COVID about killed them off.
yeah, you know, it's so expensive to go to the theater. You know,
Well, they
I remember back when I was a kid, for $10 I could go to the theater and take my girlfriend out to McDonald's. Now I can't even buy her something at McDonald's for $10. But why is everybody messaging me this morning? Oh, hey, there's Tara. Oh, not Tara is not in the chat, but she just messaged on Facebook that thanks, guys. I figured her ears were burning because I was talking about her. What's my wife? Roberta just posted. She says it's 10:10, and I'm the only person at my end of the building.
What are people not showing up for work?
I think it's just people are. I mean, she has to go in once a week. She's supposed to go in once a week. So I think it's just people. She's just nobody's going in on Monday. She just wanted to go ahead and get it over with since she's got to go back in.
If I was to have a job, that's the kind of job I'd want. Show up once a week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she starts here at about 6:15 in the morning because she wakes up, goes to the ladies' room, grabs her a cup of coffee, and sits down at her desk and starts looking at her email. And she works till 4:00. So, Felix, are you having an intimate relationship with your watches at home on the weekend? He says on the weekend I hang out with my watches at home. Lord have mercy. What is to be 50 again? What's the WSOP, Todd? Is that like the World
Series of Poker?
Okay. So how much is the buy-in for the main event, Mr. Sadie?
Still 10,000. It's always been 10,000. I think always. Started out at 10,000, and it's still 10,000.
So how much you got? How much have you got? How much you got towards your 10,000 buy-in, Todd?
Me? I got nothing.
How much you got towards yours, Mr. Sadie?
I know he's got more than I do. Shoot, Sadie probably won $200 on poker this weekend on the little tournaments we play.
I guess they've got to be, they've done it so much. But these guys that sitting at the final table in that thing, they just look so cool and calm. I'd be a fucking nervous wreck. Pardon my French, but that's
shoot. If you're at the final table, you're already a millionaire. Just from that one tournament.
Still, okay. We'll take it down to a lower table. I'm just, when they're still walking around, looking at other players before they get to the final one. Those guys just look so calm, and ladies look so calm. You got 300, so you only need $9,700 more.
Oh, he's got more than that. He remember several months ago he cashed first place and like third place. So each of those was like a grand or more, unless he wasted it on riotous living in
Milwaukee. I mean, not Milwaukee. Michelob.
Michelob Ultra.
Yeah. Yeah, which if you're good enough that you're making it to the final table, or even close, just about to the final table, you're pretty daggum good, and you're pretty sure you're of your abilities as far as you can, because it's all up to the cards that you're dealt. So if you get
It's
your $9,700 more dollars up, so you'll have your 10K, are you going to go to Vegas and play, Mr. Sadie?
I predict he'll go do it within a year, 2 or 3.
Do you really think so? Because there's like 1,000 people that start off on that in that tournament.
No, there's like 7,000.
Well, I'm just throwing a high number out there. I mean, that's a lot of that. How long does it last? About a week?
If you make the final table, it's like you play for like 7 days, and then you take a week or two off and come back for the final table.
Okay. Mr. Sadie, you need to get you some of them reflector, those sunglasses with the reflector lenses on it, but they look sort of like something out of Harry Potter or something like that. Just that nerve, people. Because the cool ones, they got their shades on, so you can't see their eyes, and that you can't see what they're looking at. Yeah, that's a good question, Glock. What place do you have to get your 10K back?
I'm gonna have to Google that. I've forgotten. It's probably around 1,600, something like that. Let's see. Uh, Of course, it depends on how many players join, so it's different every year.
Each of the top 80 finishers receive at least $100,000.
So last year it went through 1,286 payouts. But to get 10 grand back, yeah,
It says the smallest.
1,286, and you got 15 grand back.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was just looking at.
that about pay for your tournament and your hotel and meal stays and stuff.
Are you kidding? Mr. Sadie will be sleeping in the back of his truck.
He'll be in his trailer down by the river.
That's right. Mrs. Sadie, mind you, will be in the suite in the hotel.
Yeah, she'll be at the Bellagio with the taking gondola rides and such.
It used to be held up at one of the old casinos up on the strip, or the old strip.
Downtown used to
Yeah.
be at the Binions. Is that where
Yeah,
it was?
Binions. The 2023 54th annual will be held at where? Oh, you have to start play. You start off in a. You don't. You start off in a at a local casino that's part of the program, like Michigan, New Jersey, Nevada, Pennsylvania.
Well, if you get in through a satellite tournament, yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Well, that's
actually you can actually get in a tournament for like $100 and then just keep winning, and the
right.
top winner gets a ticket to the World Series of Poker.
So you can work your way up.
Yeah, the most famous one to do that was like Chris Moneymaker,
Yeah,
and
I remember him.
he got in through satellite playing, and he won. He went all the way to, he won the tournament. That was poker's heyday, was when he won that, I think.
Yeah. Uh,
I just like to play poker. It's exciting. I don't bet enough to where I'm worried if I lose. That's my problem. So I'll go. Sometimes I'll just make stupid bets because I'm like, oh well, it's just $11.
yeah.
And
I won.
that's a bad attitude to have, because you have to treat every hand like it could be the biggest one of the tournament.
I won $40 out of a poker machine while I was on the first cruise. Mr. Sadie, like says, Mr. Sadie, don't forget us when you get rich. Mr. Sadie will be going, like who?
But World Series of Poker has other tournaments before the big one.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. They're like all over the place, and a lot of them.
There's like one for just women and one for just high roller. Like the buy-in is like 150,000.
Right.
There's I think an elderly one. You have to be over age 65 or something to play it or something.
We were on a cruise one time, and one of the people sitting at our table was
They're
he's
probably
a
going to have one for transgender players this
yeah,
summer.
he this
And they're
guy was
serving free Bud Light at that one, I think.
yeah, this guy was he retired. They were from Las Vegas, and he was a retired dealer, and he said that he had dealt cards in one of the back rooms, the private rooms, and he says those people were not concerned about a limit. He said they would start off with some certain amount, and if they needed more money, then they just got some more money brought to the table. For $250K, I can retire to Thailand for 10 years with daily happy endings. Okay.
Ooh, stock market turned down.
All right, I got to get out of here, Todd.
Yeah, it's time to shut this puppy down. Thanks everybody for coming in. We'll be on Tom's, the queen of the city.
Mrs. Queen will probably be back tomorrow.
Queen of the city, Tom. Tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday we'll go watch Scott, and Thursday we'll be back on Tom, and Friday back here. So have a good start to your week.
Bye, everybody.
And
Thanks,
we'll
Todd.
Bye, Tom. Bye, crew. End broadcast.